was a little unfair. Until he made a little wish.
I wish I were big.
Sweetheart, 7:30, are you up? Josh!
20th Century Fox presents Tom Hanks. Big.
I turned into a grown-up, Mom. I made this wish on a machine, and it turned me into a grown-up.
And now what?
You get a job.
And I get a job.
I play with all of this stuff, and then I tell them what I think.
They pay you for that? Sucker!
Vice President, he's only been here a week.
See that girl over there in the red? Short up her legs around so tight they'll be begging for mercy.
Well, I'll stay away from her then.
I loved your ideas on the squeezy doll line.
Thanks.
What were you like when you were younger?
Go well, I wasn't much different.
Who are you? I'm his girlfriend.
I want to spend the night with you.
Do you mean sleep over?
Yeah.
Okay. But I get to be on top.
What is so special about Basket?
He's a grown-up.
How do I feel about what?
How do you feel about me?
You're only young once.
This is important!
I'm your best friend. What's more important than that, huh?
But for Josh,
I miss my family, Susan, and I want to go home.
Oh my God, you're married.
it just might last a lifetime. You'll never forget Tom Hanks.
Beluga.
In Big.
Well, this video could go either way, and if you notice, there is something missing. My hair's gone.
Did you just do a video 2 hours ago?
Yes, we did. My hair ran away since then. It went on the DeLorean time machine and went to 1955. But I won't be getting it back for like another 6 months, so that's okay.
You ain't getting it back at all. It's not lasting that long no more. Now I can do it.
Yes, that's true. And I got it for free.
Every 2 or 3 months, I'm chopping it.
Nope, it's getting chopped every. That's fine.
I could just do it when he gets this one.
Yes, only I won't throw a tantrum.
Oh, you won't bite the scissors?
Just before, but not during. So, anyways, so I am this. So this video can go either way. This is the movie Big, and this came out in 1988.
What would you do in 80 movies?
Well, you know, I would do 2012, but no, I'd rather not. I'd rather stick to the years when movies were actually good.
What about 2008?
No, that's getting towards.
2006?
I don't think there was anything good in 2006, and my newer movies don't do well. Deadpool only has 12 views. Zack and Miri Make a Porno. That doesn't have many views. I Love You, Man.
Awful.
Step Brothers has a whopping 5.
They're awful.
I'm kind of happy to see that. I'm not going to lie. It kind of proves my point.
Every movie you just named are the ones you did not like.
Yeah, but a lot of people did like them. So, like I said, this movie came out in 1988, and yes, I still remember going to the theaters and seeing this movie. Very, very vague. I remember the beginning and I remember the end. The middle, I couldn't tell you what I remember. But I saw it years later, and now I am reviewing it several years later. So I will tell you what I think of this movie and if I recommend it right after this.
The Jets and Browns, the Chiefs and Colts, the Giants and Bears, the Vikings and Packers, the Rams and Cowboys, NFL, electric, football. You start the action with 2 complete teams like the Rams and Cowboys in their own colorful uniforms.
What the
NFL
hell did
Electric
you just
Football
make me do?
by Tudor.
Well, I know somebody doesn't really like that electronic football game commercial. If anybody has played that, please let me know how it is. What, is he still playing hockey? We have a cat playing hockey, so apparently he was really into the electronics football commercial. Oh, that's terrific. The Sabres won a game. That's wonderful. The Sabres won a game today. Hats off to the Sabres. They're on a... Well, yes, Stimpy could probably try out for the Sabres and probably outskate them. But moving on. So this is the electronic football game, and if anybody has played it, please comment and let me know. I don't think these worked too well, but I could be wrong. So, anyways, so this is the movie Big, and this is starring the very talented actor Tom Hanks.
Nope.
Really?
Nope.
You don't know Tom Hanks?
Nope.
So poor Tom Hanks needs an introduction. So he was in Mazes and Monsters, which I believe was a TV movie. He was in an episode of Family Ties.
Nope.
He was in the movie The Man with One Red Shoe.
Nope.
Joe versus Volcano. Nope. Turner and Hooch, which we reviewed. The movie Splash.
Nope.
Captain Phillips, Apollo 13.
Nope.
He was the voice of Woody in Toy Story, Toy Story 2, Toy Story 3.
That does not count if I don't know what the dude looks like.
Toy Story 4. Mr. Banks.
Nope.
It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Never heard of it. I'll bet you're the only one that never heard of that.
Sully.
Never heard of it.
Oh boy, I know I'm Saving Private Ryan, Forrest Gump,
Never heard of it. Never
Philadelphia.
Never seen it. Never heard of it. I should say.
You've seen the movie Splash, so you would have seen him in that.
Nope. Can't recall.
Oh, poor Tom. Well, he is obviously he plays Josh Baskin in this. Of course, the I should say the big older Josh Baskin. I'll go over the story after I give the character introductions, and of course we have Elizabeth Perkins. You just saw her in the new Miracle on 34th Street. She played Susan Walker.
Who the heck is that?
The little girl's mother. And she was in the show Weeds. She was in the Flintstones movie.
Never seen it.
Never seen that either.
You didn't? Or I didn't?
You didn't.
I did not.
And then of course we have John Hurd. You have heard of him. He was in yes, he was in the Home Alone movies. He was the dad.
Oh, okay.
And so he was in Home Alone 1 and 2. He was also in the Pelican Brief.
Nope.
So, and then we also have Robert Loggia, who was in Independence Day.
Never seen
He was in Necessary Roughness.
Never heard of it.
He was in Officer and a Gentleman.
Never heard of it.
He was in the second Independence Day. He was in a wheelchair, but he was in the second one. I'm trying to think. He was in other movies as well. So, yeah. So, no. Well, anyways, he was in several other movies. Funny Money is another one he was in.
Never heard of
with
it.
Chevy Chase.
I don't know
So,
who that is either.
oh boy. Lots of I don't know, and also John Lovitz was a co-star in this. Unfortunately he wasn't in it much. So he was.
I don't know who that is either.
And John Lovitz, of course, was in Saturday Night Live. He was
Never
a voice
seen
in the show The Critic. He was in High School High,
Never seen it.
A League of Their Own, and City Slickers 2.
Never seen it. Never seen it. Never seen it. You name a lot of stuff I never seen.
Some are good and some are bad, but John Lovitz is really funny. That's okay. That happens. So there are some other co-stars that are in this. So I will just give the story. So Josh Baskin has a crush on a girl. I know everybody knows where this is going. She is going for the guy that has a car. He is bigger. So he can't get on a ride. He's embarrassed. So he wishes to be big. It kind of skips the tall and husky part and just goes into adulthood. So he wakes up as an adult. So now Tom Hanks is now the older Josh Baskin. Oh yes, I forgot his son or his friend in this Billy is actually I have to look up his name. It's something Rushton. I forgot. He was in Honey I Shrunk the Kids, Overboard, and he was in something else. Oh, Jared Rushton. Yes, there he is. There was some other movie that I did hear of him that he was in. I just forgot the name of it. Never mind. A Cry in the Wild. I never heard of that one. So he was around just in the late 80s and early 90s. So anyway, so him and his friend. So his friend Billy's the only one out of even this also excludes his parents. The only one that actually knows that Josh is a grown up. Uh, Josh tried to tell his mother and she flipped out. She thought it was an intruder in the house. So Josh ran away. He's now in New York City. So somehow he lands a job at Macmillan Toys, and that's how we meet Robert Losha. And somehow he stumbles on being the vice president of that company without having a college degree or any type of experience. And there's a love interest there, and that's the only reason why he wants to stay an adult. So he gets into this adult world, but he kind of acts like a kid. So it is an interesting dynamic. So I will now just show the first clip of the wonderful carnival of Josh and his troubles being a smaller kid. So I will show that clip in just a second. This is Josh here. To me, he doesn't really look that short, and I don't understand why he didn't get to ride like that. I'm also very height impaired, and I've never had issues getting on rides. So, but I understand it's just a movie. So he obviously gets out of line. It shows his parents they're acting a little bit goofy, but that's fine, whatever. So he gets out of line, and then finally he finds this Zoltaire machine. So we will find out when he makes a wish to this wonderful carpet riding type of figure. Um, it does have some interesting things that goes on here. So I will show as much as the clip as 20th Century Fox will let me. So I will show this. So I will show that clip in just a second. Well, this is the wonderful Zoltaire machine. And that thing is just looking at him saying, "Hey, buddy." So that was I think this part did kind of freak me out a little bit when I saw this in the movie theater. But this is kind of what I was hoping this movie was going to be, and it was kind of the opposite. So I did like how the machine wasn't plugged into anything. When I saw this again when I was in fourth grade, I noticed that right away. So I do like how. Well, it's when he picked it up and then the thing was still moving. That part kind of freaked me out a little bit. But when I saw it in fourth grade, I was questioning where the machine was hooked up to. But anyways, that's just part of the story. It makes it kind of more of a mystery. So obviously the wind picks up and his wish just seems to come true overnight. It doesn't just gradually get big. So we're going to find out what happens the next morning. His mother is going to try to get him up, and he is in for a rude awakening. So I will show that clip in just a second. So apparently, this is what he is going to look like as a grown up. So now that surprise is pretty much done. But he obviously is probably freaked out about this. So this is what happens when you make a wish and you're not real thorough with your wish. But he thought he was just doing it at some weird machine, and he was just getting something off his chest. He probably didn't mean for this to happen, but whatever, it did. So he runs out of the house, and now he's going to pretty much try to tell his mother that he's big. So let's find out how this goes. She's just using the nice little vacuum. I hope she's not putting diesel on her carpet, but she might be. So let's find out what happens with this. It could be in. Well, obviously this obviously did not go over well. So he steps in the house, and then he steps outside to wipe his shoes, and then he comes back in. So now I think my mom made a comment about this, that she should have known her child even though he is a grown up. So, but if she did that, then we would not have a movie. So now after he's getting chased out by his mother, he now goes to the school and he's going to try to confront Billy. So let's see how Billy Boy reacts to this wonderful news. So I will show that clip in just a second. Apparently, Billy does turn out that he believes him because they do their little song that they sing that I guess they came up with. So it's like a secret hand code, pretty much. So Billy helps him out. He steals some emergency fund money, and now he's going to go to New York City. So you have this guy that looks like he's 34, but he's really 12 years old, and going to New York City. This should be great. What an experience this is going to be. So I will show the clip of wonderful New York City. There's a nice sign with JVC, quality audio and video. Yeah, I don't think so. So I will show that clip in just a second with all the wonderful, beautiful advertisements in New York City.
Times Square.
Oh, sorry, Times Square, where they dropped the ball many times. It's kind of like, well, I think that's why he's wearing a Giants sweatshirt and not a Jets. He doesn't want to drop the ball there either. So I will show that clip in just a second. Well, here is wonderful New York City. So it's got the bright lights. It's a city that never sleeps. I hope places are still open 24/7, but who knows? Maybe places now close at 10 o'clock now. So obviously, it has two sides here. It looks nice, but then you get the crazy guy that's talking to himself. And then you have the rundown hotel. So I guess this is not exactly Macaulay Culkin going to the Plaza Hotel. This is St. James Motel, and it does not look good at all. It it actually looks like a Denny's restroom. So it looks horrible. So that's where he's staying just for a few nights. Now I said that this is a 34-year-old man probably, and like I said, he is 12 years old, and it shows in this next clip. I will show you what I mean when he's at a local cafe. Well, this is the little cafe that they're at. I wonder if this is the one that Seinfeld did for his show. That would be great if it was actually Seinfeld seeing him with that cherry. If you want to get rid of Jerry Seinfeld, that would be a good way to do it. So obviously, people left and they said check please. If Seinfeld saw that, it would be great. It would give him something else to whine about. So, so obviously Billy is embarrassed, but this is like we said, he is actually 12 years old, so this would definitely look awkward. But it's New York City; I think he'd fit right in. So, so this was obviously not one of my favorite parts of the movie, but it just shows how Tom Hanks really does play this role well, which he pretty much does that with anything he's in. So now he does manage to land a job at Macmillan Toys, and let's see how he does on his first day. And lucky him, he gets John Lovitz in the cubicle next to him. Now that would be a pretty cool coworker to get. So I will show that clip in just a second. Well, I was wrong. Apparently, this was sort of Duncan's toy chest. Just didn't look as fancy, but this was the toy store apparently. So I guess Josh Baskin was there before wonderful Macaulay Culkin invaded. So um, so obviously he does his little shopping. I do like how he tells the head boss what is wrong with the toys. So it's kind of like what goes on. They just keep getting cheaper and cheaper. The hockey players, they don't go up and down the ice. They just stand in one spot. Then he's complaining about certain type of robots. I think he calls them Galathicons or something. If I'm wrong, just let me know. Um, but then he stumbles on the big piano, and apparently Tom Hanks and Robert Loggia did this scene on their own. I don't know how many takes it took, probably several, but they got the motivation because they had two stunt doubles in case they couldn't do it. So this actually gave them motivation to finish it themselves. They did not want stunt doubles. They wanted themselves to do it. So they ended up succeeding. So I do like how he tells the main boss what is right with toys and what is wrong. And Macmillan likes to go in here because instead of looking at marketing reports, he would rather get firsthand on what people are buying and what they like and don't like. So this gets Josh to be vice president of, I think she called it operations. So, and he came from data processing, which makes a lot of jealousy with Paul and Susan. He is now the boss's pet, and he gets a huge office, and he gets his own secretary, and she will do whatever he asks. So I will show you what his office looks like in just a second. So here is Josh is definitely living up the New York experience. He's got the fancy apartment. Um, he obviously is really making that into his own. It's nice and spacious. It's pretty fancy for the most part. And then he ends up going to a New York Yankees game. So now this is the New York experience that he is trying to make the most of, and I give him a lot of credit for doing that. This is what happens when you do make decent money in New York City. You can have all kinds of fun. Uh, so it is the New York experience is not sitting in your room all day playing hell diapers. So Josh is definitely living this up. Going to a Yankee game would obviously probably be a lot of fun. So now let's see how Josh does at his wonderful dinner party. And he's got a tuxedo that I think um, Joan Rivers probably bedazzled. So I will show that clip in just a second. Well, this is Josh at his best here. I think the thing that McMillan likes about him is that at least he is himself. He isn't trying to suck up to the boss. He's being friendly because that's just the type of person he is. And I think that's what this McMillan guy likes. This is how most people are. When people suck up to professional athletes, they really don't like that. Um, and then people in any type of position really don't either. They like to be talked to as regular people. And that's what he does. And people are, his other coworkers are incredibly jealous, especially good old Precious Paul. So Precious Paul is about to lose Susan because Susan goes with Josh in the limousine. Um, they travel in it, and then she also goes up on the little moon roof. So she is starting to have fun again, which she has not had in years. She was talking business at the party, and that struck McMillan the wrong way. He told her to have pretty much 20 drinks and down them because you are crushing the mood here, which is a party. You're not supposed to talk about work. So she goes back to Josh's apartment, and she thinks that they're going to be doing something else, but going on a trampoline doesn't mean that this time. It actually means going on a trampoline. And when he says going on top, he means the bunk bed. This completely throws her evening off, but I think she has a good time. So I will show the scene of her in Josh's apartment. So Precious Paul went home by himself. So the king of boredom will be spending a night alone. So I will show that clip in just a second. So this must have been fun to watch. I would have paid money to see this on the racquetball court. So two people fighting over a ball, one calling him a cheater, then the other one throwing a tantrum. So that had to be pretty amusing for people to watch. So Susan obviously is not very happy with Paul again after making it seem like this. So once again, Precious Paul is probably spending another evening by himself. What he does when he's home by himself, I have no idea. Probably watches the stock market channel. So now Josh on his birthday goes out with Billy to a Italian restaurant. They have fun, but then afterwards he is ditching Billy to go on a date with his uh, newly romantic partner. So they will now go to a carnival. So that sounds like fun. And now Josh can ride the rides because he is well tall enough from that little height limit swan there that the guy had. So he is now going to have a blast. So let's see if Susan has a good time. So I will show that clip in just a second. I don't know why you grunted for. Well, so this is Josh here. He is obviously turning into more of an adult. All of a sudden now he is drinking coffee. And he's drinking it black. I applaud him for that. So, but now he is dressing up in better suits. I noticed that there's less toys in his office. So he is now pretty much turning into an adult after one night of playtime. So, what? So is this good or bad? I don't know. You have to be the judge. So I will just show one more clip. Billy did end up getting the list, so he is ditching Billy a lot more, and Billy's the one that kind of stuck with him when he was an adult and when he was also alone. So obviously he's feeling betrayed, and rightfully so. So I will show the final clip of Billy pretty much attacking Josh in his office. So I will show that clip in just a second. Billy knows that this is family friendly. I don't know if he's allowed to use language like that in his office. That's if we got it on camera. I don't think we did. So obviously Billy is very, very mad. So he's pretty much chewing out Josh, and I guess in some ways it is rightfully so. This was supposed to be a very temporary thing, and it's becoming more and more of a permanent thing here. This is what happens, I guess, when you get a romantic interest. So Billy is pushed aside. So what? So obviously Billy is sort of just left out. He leaves the office obviously angry. So this will be the final clip. So you will have to watch the rest of this movie and find out what happens for yourself. You can probably figure it out. Again, this movie came out in 1988. It made a decent amount of money at the box office. But obviously, I believe the top movie that year was Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Never seen it.
So, if I had to grade this movie, I would definitely give this a B plus. This was very strong throughout the whole thing. The acting was good. It was casted properly. It was very enjoyable. Seeing this at 4 years old, I would not recommend a 4-year-old seeing this movie just because they probably won't understand what's going on. So I saw this movie years later and really enjoyed it. Since this is 20th Century Fox, I believe you can stream this on the wonderful Disney Minus streaming service. So hopefully 20th Century Fox will be gentle with my clips and won't cut any of them. But this I do recommend watching. You can watch this as a family if you want. Just beware a little bit because your kids may not just understand the story. So this is a strong recommendation to other people, though. There were some of my ex-coworkers that were interested in this movie and did not see it yet. So hopefully they will find my review and check it out. So this is this is one that is enjoyable even today. They did remake this a couple times, I do believe. I think the very hideous Jamie Lee Curtis may have been in the remake. So again, there's no capes and lasers, but very entertaining. So please comment below, subscribe if you want, and thank you very much for watching.